Joining me this morning is Deborah Cafaro, Chairman and CEO of Ventas and former REIT Chair. Deb, welcome.
Thank you.
Ventas has been very busy recently with the NHP and the Atria acquisition. How do you go about integrating these types of large-scale deals into your existing assets, and what timetable does that take?
Well, we've actually done 3 deals since July 1 of last year, and so in the last 12 months we've effectively doubled the size of our company to about $22–23 billion in enterprise value, creating the largest, most diversified healthcare REIT. We're very excited about what we're doing. So the 3 deals were Lillibridge in the medical office building business, Atria, which is private pay senior living, mostly in high net worth areas along the coast, and then the public-to-public acquisition of NHP, a 25-year-old well-respected REIT for $7.5 billion. So we have been extremely busy really trying to create another decade of excellence for our company. So as you know, we perform very well. We were the best performing REIT over the decade ended 12/31/09. We're working very hard with these acquisitions to strategically build a diversified company that can perform well for shareholders in the coming decade.
And Ventas maintains a diverse strategy within the healthcare sector.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, these deals speak to different areas,
yes.
but is there one area that's kind of the strength right now in this market?
The strength is the diversification. Again, we're all about portfolio composition. We believe that we're trying to create a portfolio that whether the economy goes up, we should have benefit from our Atria senior housing acquisitions because those are higher growth, private pay assets. If the economy is slower, we believe that the contractual growth and the NHP triple net leases should really provide good growth with downside protection. And it's really all about that, and particularly we've gone in a differentiated strategy at Ventas with 70% private pay NOI. So we're definitely going more toward the private pay, less government reimbursed area at this particular point in the cycle, although again, we believe in the diversification because we've never been smart enough to know exactly what the future holds, and that's really the lesson, I think, for all of us, and that's why we like to stay within the guardrails, and we believe in growing cash flows with reduced risk is what delivers value for shareholders over long periods of time.
Obviously, as you mentioned, no one knows the future, no. But it seems like all signs with the aging population, the demand drivers seem very good for healthcare. Yeah. But on the flip side, is there anything that could kind of be a warning sign for your company?
Well, again, healthcare assets, as you mentioned, have great demographic support. We've got the baby boomers for the medical office building. We've got healthcare reform bringing uninsured into the system, 32 million. We've got the over 85s, which are the fastest growing part of the population. All of that is great demand drivers. We have a very resilient need-based asset base across all of our asset classes, so that's all the good part. I would say that, you know, the senior housing assets are somewhat economically sensitive, very resilient, did the best in the downturn of all asset types in real estate, and so do have resilience but are somewhat correlated to the economy. And then on the government reimbursed side, there are headwinds in terms of really changes in government reimbursement to balance the budget or otherwise, and the impact on those is really to compress the tenant operator cash flows. But Ventas rent should still be reliable because in those government reimbursed assets, we are the landlord with a lot of cash flow coverage and other protections. So the whole game in the government reimbursed asset class is really to make sure that your rent is reliable. And we have a very well-seasoned, well-covered portfolio that should continue to perform even as there are changes in government reimbursement, which we do expect in the coming years.
Deb, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.